Interesting enough, we've now developed a housing product which can actually either be for a 6-star resort, or it can be for affordable housing, or it can be remote housing. It's basically, again, based on a system, but it actually follows what we've been doing for the last 25 years with our tented system. It has to be able to be built simply. It has to have easy install drawings, so anywhere in the world can be built from low-skilled labor, and it has to be a repeatable, simple system. So with a WABi, we actually look at a project and we call it WABi is stronger, simpler, and smarter. And why is it stronger? Why is it simpler and smarter? You've got to take everything into consideration when you're actually building a project. So when you look at, say, a remote island on the side of a hill, or or remote Western Australia, how do we actually build the project? Because it has to be built in a number of ways. So one way was we actually developed bath pods, because again, you can't necessarily find the skill to go out to the desert or out to the remote island. So the bath pods are completely tiled and finished, and just crane those in. So therefore, on site, we actually have minimal skill and labor that we needed to use in those sort of areas. So the WABi system is we call it the sum of all parts, because one part doesn't make a system, but all parts together make a system. And the WABi system is brackets, panels, eco anchors, and using known supply chains like the purlins and Z purlins and so forth. We can then manufacture anywhere in the world and flat pack it to those locations using the WABi sum of all parts system. This is so important in remote construction, where all the materials arrive in one place. You don't have waste from cutting it. You don't have any waste left over, because everything actually comes pre-made. And then you don't have to actually bring all the highly skilled people out into those sort of remote areas on islands or on top of hills and so forth, because the system has actually got this great install program that you actually just follow the install, and from there anyone can build it. Certainly the WABi system can either be flat packed or in modularized, but what we find with modularized, it actually it's much harder to actually move around and crane around, and the limitations on what you can do. Numerous times I've been stuck where I couldn't actually crane the modular into place, but it's very easy to carry the flat packed into place. And also, if you're in an area where you actually want to create employment and jobs and so forth, by bringing a flat pack system into the Himalayas or into your remote parts of Africa, you can actually then give jobs to the local people, where if you actually bring it in a module, all the work's already done, so they're actually not actually bringing any jobs to the location. So it's very important that you actually share the work around to the areas that you're building in.